Happy hump day, everybody. It's the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey, in the REKAP studios. What's going on, everyone? We got plenty to talk about. I jumped the gun there on the fuss. Let's go. It's Guff. It's all brought to you by Hooters. Let's clean some of this stuff up. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. The lunch specials, they're always there for you. The hamburger, the boneless wings, the OG wings, to name a few. Ordered at Hooters.com, delivered straight to your office, straight to your door, whatever it might be. Also, as you should know, in case you don't, Tuesday, make your plans to be with us for Studio 41. REKAP Football Live will be at Hooters in Orland Park. That show is at 8 o'clock. Come early, come often. We will have me, Cap, Alex Brown, Tom Waddle. They'll all be out there. Katie will be there. Come have dinner and then stick around for the show. Make your plans to be with us. Call up Orland Park Hooters. Get a table, bring the family, bring some stuff to get autographed. Alex Brown will happily sign that for you, as some of you who have been there in the past already know. A couple of things that got my attention today, and I see that the chat's full. I'm sick of the narrative on Caleb Williams. I am so sick of it. The dude's won 3. What did he was graded dead last by Pro Football Focus for week 6 in the NFL. Did you see some of the dreadful performances at quarterback this week? Let's start with Justin Fields. How in God's name, if you watch football, is Caleb Williams ranked dead last in the NFL for last week's performances? Have you seen Cam Ward play football? But Justin Fields had one of the worst days in the history of pro football as a quarterback. Yet he's got I'm so sick of the narrative. I am. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of, you're telling me Spencer Rattler had a better day offensively as a quarterback? Watch football. This is where the analytics to me are just complete BS. Dylan Gabriel was a better option at quarterback this weekend than Caleb Williams. That's just BS. And you know what? It's blasphemy, man. Like, it's irresponsible to tell me that some of the quarterback play, Cooper Rush was graded better than Caleb Williams. If that's the case, throw your computer in the effing lake, because it doesn't matter. If that's how we're judging football, it doesn't matter. I'm curious to see what a lot of you say. I see that the chat's flying and full. Nathan, not only did you beat the real Phil Simms, you beat everybody, my friend. You beat everybody. Jed Hoyer said the offseason try, sign good hitters, players long-term. Jed thinking about signings like Kyle Schwarber, better than Tucker. We need hits, not striking out. Okay, I have comments to play from Jed Hoyer's season-ending press conference. I'll play those here in a bit. There's one comment that stood out more than others. Cap and I were sitting here talking in the office about, if this is true, then you need to go do something about it. We'll get to the Cubs here in just a minute. Nathan, I was actually just thinking about the Caleb Heat, and here's what I think it is. Bears organization and fans always have their guy, and the expectation is for them to come in as a rookie, guns a-blazing. Then, when it doesn't happen, they're seen as a flop. Fair, not exactly, but the expectations are set extremely high, and that's the case for Caleb just as much as Trubisky and Fields. Caleb's rookie year was so much better than Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields that it's completely unfair to put the three of them in the same sentence. It is. Caleb Williams' rookie year. I'm going to read it to you again because I think he set the rookie record for most passing attempts without an interception. It seems like a lot of people forgot that. I know that doesn't win you any awards. You went 5-12. It is what it is. He threw for 3,541 yards. He threw 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Yes, he took 68 sacks, a lot that were on him, not all of them. That's not a bad football season, especially when you compare it. I think it's the 5th best football season ever by a Bears quarterback. And 3 of them are named Jay Cutler ahead of him. 3 of them. You want me to put Justin Fields rookie in there for you? You want me to put Mitch Trubisky's? Justin Fields rookie year with the Bears, 1,870 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You want me to include rushing yards? Fine, I will. I don't think it's not worth it to me. Rushing, he had 420 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Fields, sorry, not even in the same discussion. Yes, I know he played fewer games. He threw for a completion percentage under 59%. You think Caleb's bad. Mitchell Trubisky's rookie year with the Bears, 12 starts, 2,193 yards, 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Get off my lawn that they're even in the same sentence. I'm being dead serious about this. Phil, Yamamoto was definitely that dude last night. The Dodgers are showing the Brewers who they are. Series is over. We'll see. But here's what I like about what the Dodgers have done from a pitching standpoint. They're telling you to shove your computers. Speaking of analytics, through 111 pitches last night, guess what? The bullpen got a free lawn chair by watching Yamamoto dominate. I like if a guy's got it, he's got it. Good for Dave Roberts for riding him. Why do you think there's so much national criticism of Caleb? If you had that coaching staff too, you would have a tough season as well. Yeah, and I'm standing up for the season he had last year. I don't think people like Caleb. That's what I think. And I don't think they want to like Caleb. And so they keep pushing the same crap down their throat because they're not even close to this city whatsoever. They have zero ties to the organization. They don't put their eyes on game film. They don't put their eyes or ears in Hallis Hall. And they're using some of the same BS that they said 3 years ago. Oh, he's crying to mom. He paints his nails. Who gives a shit? Seriously, who cares? He's won 3 football games in a row. If the Bears get the fumble the other night and don't do anything with it, go 3 and out, Caleb throws a pick. Caleb continues. Is he doing things? And they talked about this last night. If you haven't checked out Studio 41 Football Recap Live with Olin, Tommy, and Cap, last night's show arguably was our best of the year. Listen to what they say about Caleb last night, because I thought it was as educated as we've had on our channel. They're not looking for right now him to be the guy that at some point you're going to want to see Caleb outduel the other guy. One throws for 350 and 3 touchdowns. One throws for 375 and 4. At some point, hopefully the Bears have that guy. But right now, he's doing what he's supposed to do to win football games. The national criticism of Caleb, if Caleb Williams was laughing on the sidelines after an interception like Jaden Daniel was, by the way, I had no problem with Jaden Daniel smiling. His pulse looked like he was 52 the other night after his pick. He immediately pointed to himself, took accountability, and went to the sidelines. But if that was Caleb Williams, can you imagine Colin Cowherd and everybody else, Troy Aikman, everybody else sitting there going, look at this guy, laughing it off, blah, blah, blah. But no, Jaden Daniels is the second coming because he won Rookie of the Year. Winning helps. Winning helps. When you go 12-5 versus 5-12, you kind of earn that. So Caleb's just going to have to earn it a little bit more. You're the number 1 pick. Sometimes you get unfair criticism, but enough's enough. I mean, you're being graded last in PFF. You threw for 252 and a score with no turnovers, and you ran for 1 as well. Yet you're dead last. Okay. Nathan, do I think Caleb is great? Not yet. Neither do I. Do I think he's great? No, not yet. Do I think he's as bad as people make him out to be? Not at all. A lot of growth, and Ben Johnson is the guy that'll get a lot of him. Now, some of these stats are misleading because the Bears have already had their bye week. Okay? So you need to put that in perspective. Caleb's 18th in passing yards, but he's 5. Here, it's better to look at yards a game. Yards a game, their rankings are jacked. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He's 13th. Keep in mind, there's guys like Brock Purdy who have 2 games played ahead of him. Carson Wentz, 3 games played ahead of him. Okay? Touchdown passes. Caleb Williams, he's got 9. But keep in mind, he's 14th. He's got 9. He's had his bye week. Okay? He's a tick. Jaden Daniels, 98.7 passer rating. Caleb Williams, 98. Where's that being talked about? I'm just giving you real numbers. If they were 0-5 right now and Caleb was the issue, I'm right here pounding the pavement saying, Tyson Bagent's calling. There were people last night on the show, get Bagent in there. Kiss my ass. Watch the games. Does the criticism with Caleb have a lot to do with the seasons of Daniels and Nix? Have you watched Bo Nix play football? With all due respect to my guy, Breck Bear, have you watched Bo Nix this season play football? That guy is a turnover. Now, Denver's got a good football coach, and I think Bo Nix is going to be just fine. Bo Nix's passer rating is 24th in the NFL. It's down there, not far from Dylan Gabriel, Bryce Young, Geno Smith. Those are the guys you don't really want to be associated with. Brock Purdy, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks. I haven't even looked at fumbles yet. I'm sorry, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks. I got him. And he's got a couple of fumbles in there as well. An 88.2 QBR. 64% completion. So take the, I don't understand. Whatever. Moving away from the Bears and anything, Chicago, the Brewers are getting it handed to them, says Nathan. Getting out hit 18-5 the first two games. Not going to get into the World Series that way. Let's get to some others that were in the chat here. Eric, this national media crap with Caleb is an absolute joke, but you know what we have? A head coach that's putting him in the right direction to be successful. No doubt about it. I think that's really well said. Yamamoto Becky was awesome last night. Godfather wants to summarize Jed's press conference, which I'm going to get to here after the halfway point. Team hit good. Tucker gone. No spending. Teams don't score a lot in the playoffs. If Tucker leaves, we'll spend to replace him. I mean, that's not all that far away. I'll play his comments here in a bit. When the Brewers lose a series, let's show them the L flag. That's kind of, if I were the Cubs social media department, I'd have something devised. I really would. They'll probably take the high road because they lost to the Brewers in the series, but just something I would consider. Rick, aloha from Honolulu, the breakfast hour, scrambled eggs, bacon, and steamed veggies. That a boy. Happy Bears hump day. Yeah, by the way, there is a football game to be played this week, one in which the Bears have to have. Godfather, first of many bull crap press conferences. Where's El Cheapo? If they had won, he would have been front and center. Per Larry Mayer, says Landon, the Bears are the NFL's only team to score at least 21 points in each of their first 5 games, a feat they've accomplished for the first time since 1995. Scored in 18 of 20 quarters. It's embarrassing in some ways and great in others. It's embarrassing that it took 30 years. It's great that maybe we have a team and a coaching staff and the players that finally can turn this crap around. Now, keep in mind, 1995 was the Eric Kramer record-breaking year. Caleb on pace, I think I saw it the other day, 4,009 yards. Yeah. Caleb's on pace right now for 4,009 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 7 picks. That would be career high, not just career high, but that would be an all-time high in yards and touchdown passes. All the crap about how great the fans were. Let's do something. I'm going to save Godfather's comments. I know you're all Cubs or bust. Rumor has it that Tucker's being invited to the game as a Dodgers guest tomorrow night, says Thomas. You guys are so ready to punt on Kyle Tucker, it's not even funny. It's what you do that speaks louder than what you say. The Dodgers are showing the Brewers who they really are in this series, and that's why they're defending champs. Regular season doesn't matter. I think it does matter because it gave the Brewers one more home game than the Cubs. You get to the NLCS, to me, I'm going to judge pretty much every season a success by getting to the LCS. If you're a baseball team that makes the LCS, even the Dodgers, who throw money at everything, they're probably the one team that I would say you got to make at least a World Series. I don't know. I don't think how historically the Bears have been the last 10 plus years can't be ignored. When they're playing okay and not terrible, it seems like a major accomplishment. It still doesn't matter how you focus on one guy. Why Caleb? Was he great on Monday night? No, it was not his best game this season. Okay. Was he the worst quarterback in the NFL? It's a joke to even consider that. Jordo Otani is not only better than PCA, he's better than every player in the game. When the norm is to be awful, being average is seen as greatness. Here in this city, I don't think overall outside of the city, people don't care about the Bears being 3-2. I don't think we could beat the Dodgers, honestly. The Cubs played against the Dodgers very well this year, with the exception of the Japan series, which to me was a one-off. Doesn't really count that much. Cohort, did anyone actually get any shred of confidence from Jed's conferences? All right, there's a lot of being discussed about Jed here. Let's get to our Hooters promo. There's going to be there's a lot more comments here. Happy hump day to you, Kyle. In regards to Caleb, it's as if the national media just wants to keep Caleb down for no reason whatsoever. Maybe he's not the typical quarterback, but who cares? What is typical, by the way? I'm being serious. The good thing about Caleb is he's got the right mindset for this. He is. He does have the right mindset. I don't care if Caleb isn't. I don't know what typical means, Kyle. As long as he keeps winning, he'll shut them all up. 100%. Win, and you'll quiet the noise. Playoffs is a different animal. Dodgers have pitching depth, and they have serious commitment to winning. No doubt about it. Can't dispute that. Tonight, we have a great rivalry game on the ice with Chicago and St. Louis. We'll be without Foligno as he tends to his daughter. Other guys will have to step up. Prayers for his daughter and family. Nick Foligno took a brief leave of absence. His daughter had a heart surgery when I believe she was born and is having a follow-up procedure, so he's going to step away to be with her daughter like any human being any parent would. So prayers up, certainly for Nick Foligno. And I'm sure the Hawks will get him back soon. Let's discuss the Chicago Cubs here in a second. But first, in terms of playoff baseball and football, it's the headquarters to watch it all. Hooters, the best food, the coldest drinks, the iconic Hooters girls. The Big Daddy mugs are a-flowing. Bud Light, Dos Equis, Michelob Ultra. I know Breck Bear likes to drink the Michelob Ultra. And Oktoberfest, because it is October. In terms of the drink of the month, this one's a fun one. I'm pulling it back up here. $8 all month long. We did the lemonade earlier in the year with the blueberry puree. This is the spiked blackberry lemonade, which lemonade in October, let's extend the season as long as we can. $8, spiked with Jack Daniel's whiskey, Monin blackberry syrup. J. True, you better get a ride home if you're going to drink more than one of those guys. OriginalHooters.com. Find one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. We'll be in Orland Park on Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We'll be there much earlier, setting up. Come have some dinner, hang out with the guys, talk some football. We'll be there October 21st. OriginalHooters.com, order.hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your door. Proud partner of the REKAP and the REKAP Lunch Hour. Rick, whoopity-doo, Troy Aikman. All right, what's up, Breck? There he is. Okay, so Godfather says Hoyer said Cubs were hitting for most of the year. What team was he watching? Same offseason bullshit starting. Okay, I want to play this clip here from Jed Hoyer. For those of you who didn't see it, it's from our friends at Marquee, and we'll comment on it afterwards, talking about the atmosphere at Wrigley Field. And this is a guy who's been around, saw it in 2016. Here's Jed Hoyer, Cubs president of baseball operations, discussing what he saw this postseason.
I felt like our crowds in the playoffs were unbelievably impressive. And I feel like it didn't sort of come out of nowhere. It was sort of like, it felt like sort of a natural build of the way the season was, that, going back to kind of April and May, like, wow, these unbelievable crowds, and people were really into it. And then I just felt like, against the Padres and the 2 home games we had here, it was pretty amazing. I don't ever remember players commenting on the crowds and the experience right after games the way they did repeatedly. I'd come down here after games and the players would be talking about the energy or talking about the experience, and that was really cool. It was really cool to see, and it leaves you wanting more, right? I think that to me, when I go back to the very beginning of this press conference, talking about the disappointment of losing, I think the disappointment in some ways is like not being able to continue to have more of that, right? And in some ways it was pretty intoxicating just how great Wrigley was during the postseason. And so, I think that if you want to call it sentimental, I think that, I don't think we'd had feelings like that in the building since like 15 and 16 in a lot of ways. And, it makes you want to work that much harder this winter. It makes you want to, get in earlier. It makes you want to, make that much better decisions, because you just, you want to keep experiencing that, because it was really cool, and it's where this building is really special, and our fan base is really special, and it's really cool to work for the Cubs. It's really cool to play for the Cubs, and I feel really fortunate to do it every day, and hopefully we can continue to make really good decisions and continue to play more games like that, because that was a pretty awesome experience.
All right, so there's a lot there. I'm going to keep that soundbite with us. I'm just going to keep it stashed and stored when the offseason is off and running here. You want to make that feeling come back. You want to keep that feeling in the building. You said it makes you want to get to the office earlier, and you said it makes you want to continue it. Fine, do it. That's it. We're going to Cap. I guarantee you, Cap's going to hold him accountable. We're going to hold him accountable here in the show with all of your comments each and every day. You said that at the end of the season. Now, there were comments about the budget, how he doesn't know yet, and he wants to put a good team, quote, good team together. There will be a good team. If that's how you feel, and it's so great to be a Cub, and it's why it's special to be here, and this crowd is unlike anything we've ever seen, at least since 15 or 16, then do something about it. Because next year, you're going to parade the 2016 Cubs out there for everyone to fill the ballpark and drool all over like they did in 2015 for the White Sox, because I was there then, and the emotions were high. And then guess what happened? 10 more years went by, and they paraded the White Sox out there again this year. And they brushed 300 lost seasons under the rug. You can't keep doing that. Not anymore. There's too much here. There's too many fans. The voices are too loud. And that's what we're saying. Cohort, thanks for the donation. He wants more. The guy says the best thing about this team is defense. Something needs to change. I'm okay with saying the best thing about the team, Cohort's defense. I am. Cap, what was it? 6 Gold Glove nominations? 6 Gold Glove nominations today for the Chicago Cubs. Or 6 finalists. Nominations, finalists, it's the same thing. 6 Chicago Cubs. 6. That's okay to be the best thing about the team. But you got to hit the baseball. Your offense needs to be better. It needs to be more consistent. Clyde, Jed Hoyer said it makes you work harder. Exactly, Clyde. Then do it. If Kyle Tucker goes away, remember, Godfather, last year, Cody Bellinger, the money will be spent. Really? Godfather, go the extra mile, Tom Ricketts, but you won't. Fans will fill the park next year too. And I'm okay that you guys, this is exactly why I wanted to play the clip for you. Okay? Something's going on. You guys came today ready to talk Cubs because you saw the press conference quotes. MPA says Dodgers spend 70% of their earned revenue and the Cubs spend 36%. MPA, I want to be clear, and I'm not making excuses here. The Dodgers have a historic baseball contract. They get over $350 million a year in revenue from their TV contract by itself. That is a fact. They have a unicorn contract that will literally never happen again in professional sports. Certainly from a regional sports standpoint, the person who signed that deal for the Dodgers, not for the Dodgers, but for the TV network, guess what happened to them? They were axed less than 2 years after the deal was completed. You know why? Because people above them are going, who the hell agreed to this? Fact. Kyle says, hey, Jed, we want another championship. Get Tom's debit card, spend money, and stop prospect hugging. You could do a little bit of both. You could care about Jackson Wiggins and Owen Casey. Use the other guys. Flex and spend, man. Don't be afraid to trade prospects. Jolo. Want to see Cap and Guff go at it again. He's my brother, dude. He's sitting right over here. He's on a call. Right there. Ain't changing. So keep watching. Passion and pride, baby. It's 2 things you either have or you don't. We got it both. You want to become a member? I'm going to raffle off a hoodie here soon, a Chasing Greatness hoodie to our members only. So you got to be a member in order to do that. If you're not a member, there's how you become a member right there. Gave out a huge parlay 2 nights ago. God, we almost hit. Oh, man, did we almost hit. I'm going to keep giving you that type of stuff on the channel. If you haven't become a member, that's how you do it. On every one of our videos, there's a join button. And for $2.99 a month, you'll get a ton of stuff. It's time to have a members only chat. I think you guys are going to run the chat. What I'd like to do in the members only chat, I want to bring you in, not just your comment. I want to pop you in screen too. You get to ask the question. Bam, bam. That would be awesome. Okay. So that's something that's coming here soon. Tommy, makes you want to work harder this offseason. Sounds familiar. That's why I wanted to play that exact comment. Kurt, exactly my point. If the offense needs to be better, what positions that will make that happen? The way Guff was pointing his finger into the camera, red in the face, gold. Show me you care, Mr. Potter, and I will let up on you. Godfather, you've been holding them to the fire all year long. Don't stop now. Erica Guff, for your White Sox, what would be your biggest 3 acquisitions you'd like to see? Plus, which names would you like to see? Same question for Cap regarding our Cubbies. Bigger question here, Erica. Here's what I'll say, and I said this on the podcast. For the White Sox, I think they need another bat, they need a starting pitcher, and they need a relief pitcher, okay? So they need a closer, and I've said this, guys that have had 9th inning experience. Why is Kenley Jansen closing games for the LA Angels? The Cubs should be interested too. They need a closer. 1-year type guy. Cedric Mullins type bat. 3-4 year deal. Josh Naylor's probably going to be priced out of where the White Sox want to spend this offseason, but a Josh Naylor, Cedric Mullins type, and then like a middle of a Colin Ray type pitcher. Seriously, like a number 3 plug and play veteran. Colin Ray, for instance. I think Colin Ray has an option, if I'm not mistaken, for the Cubs. So somebody like that. Are any of those sexy? No, but I do think that they can take the White Sox and get them closer to 80-plus wins. I think with the Cubs, I think we're looking at similar things. Closer, starting pitcher, and another bat. I think both teams need the same. We got a new member we'd like to welcome. That'd be Robert Smith. Appreciate you, Robert. I saw a comment. We're finally coming to your hometown of Orland Park, so we expect you to be there. So come on out. Look at welcome to the club, Robert Smith. This is what happens, man. When you join, everybody else hops in. Big Easy. A Michael King, Zach Gallen type would be good for either team. Clyde, I've said your name 3 times. Nathan, Caleb has the 9th worst completion rating in the league and about middle of the pack in QBR. So is he that bad? No, but with the hype surrounded around him, he's not living up to it. Fair or not. He's also on his 3rd offense in 22 games. Like, we're an instantaneous culture. Now. Folks, you got the big name coach that everybody wanted in the offseason. He's trending upwards. They're winning games. Relax. Michael, I do have to say this was a good season. Could have been so much better if the front office made the moves to do so. Plus, how can I get Cap's autograph? Love the passion of both of you. Michael, come on out and see us, dude. I don't know where you live. Let me know. We'll make that happen. All right? Flatus. Jed took a few softballs right down the middle to get the pitch count up. But that's not necessarily on him. That's on the questions that are being asked. They talked the same crap last year, and what happened? They went to they want to save money, and how do you do that? You bring up prospects. I will say this, Wizzy. They talked the same crap last year, and what happened? They won 92 games, and they made the playoffs. So I'm not defending in some ways, but I understand what you're saying. Next BS press count. Yeah, I hear you. I would love if the Cubs Cesar brought back Kyle Schwarber. Who wouldn't? Michael, you live in Milwaukee. Well, you're having a grin and bear it. We appreciate you. We'll get you keep coming on the show here every day at 12:30. We'll get you Cap's autograph for sure. Remember when CJ Stroud was pronounced as the new golden boy? Now look at the current situation. Michael, become a member. We'll get you Cap's autograph. How about that? That would be great. Let's get to the bet of the day. I have an apology to give here. It's been a while since I've had to give one. Holy hell. Laying 10 last night. Western Kentucky very clearly decided that they were just going to win a football game by showing up. And that's just not how, at any level, it works. And FIU came in. They turned the football over 3 or 4 times. I'm sitting here monitoring the game with Cap. And Cap's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. And I was like, sorry, dude. This is just a flat football team that's going to have a big, fat L next to them. Western Kentucky in Conference USA, this is a big game for them, and they crapped all over themselves. They threw 3 interceptions. Maverick McIver, 3 interceptions, and he had a fumble. Hell of a start, Maverick. Would you go out and do a varsity blue situation? Miss Davis, will you go to prom? Tonight, we got the ALCS firing back up in Seattle. That crowd should be electric. They have a 2-0 lead, and they could really step on the throats of the Blue Jays tonight. Should be interesting to see, though. Should be interesting to see what happens. J.P. Crawford is 6 for 12 with 4 RBI off of Shane Bieber. That's right. Shane Bieber is pitching tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays. I like that the fact that he's going against. That's a good starter to have. J.P. Crawford, 6 for 12, 4 RBI. Somehow he's only minus 125 to get a hit. I'm going to lay that. J.P. Crawford's had a nice little postseason. Pulling him up now. J.P. Crawford in the postseason, he's 6 for 26 with a homer and 4 RBI. Nice little postseason for J.P. Crawford for the Seattle Mariners. I know when you say 6 for 26, it's only 231, Guff. See the hits and where they've come. I'm going with a hit for J.P. Crawford tonight. Yes, there's football. One of the worst football make-you-puke type games is tonight. Sam Houston State and UTEP. Someone's got to win. There's a spread out there for that game. I'm not laying it. Even Lip Ripper will stay away from that game. Tom, PFF has become a meme after this. That's really well said. Late in the show, he absolutely nails it. Erica, this is dead on about CJ Stroud. 100%. Kyle, Coach Cowher said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Let's start a new streak today. Let's go Top Guff. We're still got the winning month or winning year, I guess, year to date. Our PFF members also taking LeBron over MJ in the GOAT debate. That's fun. UTEP, I knew Lip Ripper, you degenerate in the nicest way. I knew that you had somebody in the dogfight. I'd probably I would go with UTEP as well. Sam Houston's just against the spread. Oh, boy. Future Mountain West team, so I know you have an allegiance. James, as we wrap up the show here, happy 86th birthday on October 18th. So 3 days away from the Koch. The Koch. So we are always at Saturday. Iron Mike, man, you talk about iron. That dude has lived a life times 3, and he's going to be 86. Pablo, thanks for the football show this past Tuesday. Appreciate you watching, as always. There it is, J.P. Crawford tonight to get a hit, minus 125. That's the bet we're laying. I love the comments both on Caleb and your thoughts on Jed Hoyer. We're going to keep that here in the hopper. We're going to keep that quote. That soundbite's going to stay in the hopper, so we can hold these guys accountable come time for free agency, trades, etc. Appreciate you watching the Recap Lunch Hour. We do it every day here at 12:30 on the Recap channel here on YouTube. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'd say enjoy the weather. Today's one of those days. Grab a book, start a fire, clean the house, but take care of yourselves no matter what. We appreciate you guys greatly. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. We'll be in Orland Park on Tuesday. Make your plans to be with us. Have a great rest of your day. Rush Hour coming to you at 4 o'clock.